the subject, let's pay less taxes, let's move to Portugal, let's talk about non-habitual residency. So let's talk a bit about non-habitual residency, or better known as NHR. This was created in 2009 and in 2012 was made available to non-Portuguese residents. What are these benefits? These tax benefits are granted to NHR residents for a period of 10 years. There's no inheritance tax in Portugal for family members, direct family members. There's a taxation of only 10% in pensions obtained and paid abroad. Exemption from taxation in Portugal from income from foreign sources if it is able to be taxed abroad from the following sources: dependent work done abroad, independent service professionals, income in consultancy and intellectual, scientific, industrial property, capital income obtained abroad, income generated by properties, and also capital gains obtained abroad. By the way, cryptocurrencies are not taxed in Portugal. Another advantage is obtaining a 20% flat rate of income obtained from a Portuguese source, and these are the following conditions. The income is provenient from a work contract managerial position, for example, or service provider, as long as they are classified under highly skilled workers. And there is a long list of these. This has actually been reduced as of last year. All other types of income will be taxed in a bracket system in Portugal typology of brackets. And these can elevate up to 48% if your income goes above 80,000 euros a year. What are the conditions to apply for NHR? This scheme is accessible to anyone, even if you're a Portuguese citizen. Pretty cool. The applicants cannot have been a fiscal resident for the last 5 years. So that means you can't have been living in Portugal for the last 5 years. However, the applicant needs to be a fiscal resident in Portugal at the time of the application, meaning that they're going to stay and have a fiscal address in Portugal for 183 days a year. How are you going to do this? You can buy a property in Portugal, you can rent a property in Portugal, or prove that you are working in Portugal. You do have to live here for 183 days a year. What are some of the common misconceptions for NHR? Once I have my residency permit, I'm automatically a fiscal resident. Incorrect. The NHR is granted automatically. Incorrect. You have to apply for this. The Golden Visa is connected to the NHR. Also incorrect. Not the same regime. The NHR will grant me 10 years of tax exemption on all my income. Also incorrect. With the NHR in Portugal, I don't need to submit any tax returns in Portugal or in the source country. No, you do need to submit them. The recent changes affect applicants that were already in the program. That's not true. So if you were an NHR resident for the last 10 years prior to 2020, you were completely tax exempt on foreign income if you were a pensioner. Now this is taxed at 10%. Agreements to avoid double taxation. Portugal has actually around 80 agreements with countries all around the world to avoid double taxation. The last introduction was publicized with the US, the UK, and South Africa. They all have agreements to avoid double taxation. So there have been a few changes that were applied in 2019, and these are only applicable to new candidates. Now, what are these? Pension paid abroad, where they were only at 0% before, now are at 10%. But with a tax credit if any taxes are paid in the source country. Also, highly qualified professional list was reduced. This again was talking about the 20% flat tax rate. So, to conclude, NHR, why wouldn't you apply? If I'm European, South African, American, UK, and I want some fiscal advantages, I'm going to come to Portugal, it's a great option. How do I do this? I do this with a lawyer at One Stop Properties. We can help you with that. It's quite fast. It should take about a month to take into place. You'll be living here and you can take these advantages. I would say the biggest advantage is for pensioners to pay only 10%, no inheritance tax, and if you work here, you can manage to get a flat rate of 20%. Pretty cool. So if you like my videos, don't forget to click the subscribe button, click on my YouTube, check it out. I'm going to be posting more videos about moving to Portugal, all about family life, expat life, and what are the key steps. Don't forget, click subscribe.